Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome to a new campaign on the channel. We're going into some Hearts of Iron 4, Equestria at War. Always a fan of it, and I just wanted to do something kind of fun. So, we are in version 1.8 in the Shadow of Mountains. We're going to be playing the other new, I don't remember if it's brand new or if it's reworked, but we're going to be playing a nation that I discussed earlier, which has quite a few different interesting paths. I'm going in blind because it has so many paths that I might just do it again. I definitely have like another longsword campaign in my future, which I don't know if they're are they here on the menu? But I've done longsword before. I definitely am going to do that again. That's on my list. Okay, so let's just... I usually don't read this, but this is kind of fun. Brief history. The cursed land of Barrad, which is south of the Riverlands, is ruled over by Ambrosius, I think. A pony fattened by decadence and luxury, but who tired of such conventional extravagance and turned to dark side magic to sate his curiosity. After a horrific and inexplicable cataclysm ravaged Barrad, there were none able to challenge the rule of the self-proclaimed Count Ambrosius. I'm probably going to call him Count Ambrose for short. Now the mad Count torments his subjects for his own entertainment, aided by 4 ambitious travelers tempted by his offers of power and forbidden knowledge. Together they form the Pentarchy, and they conduct their research and experimentation with no ethical strings attached. Now, I'm hoping to get a little bit of expansion going on in this campaign, but it's my understanding that 2 of the 7 paths are defensive ones, so I'm going to try to avoid that. Okay, do we want to do any custom game rules, like change the paths others go on? No, let's just let it go. Just let it go. Whatever happens, happens. We're just turning off the historical AI, and then, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, this should be interesting. Like I said, going in completely blind. I've been avoiding any spoilers as to what's going to happen. One second, I need to fix something here. Okay, just had to blow a little dust. Okay. Okay, even the name of the cursed land of Barrad is enough to strike fear into the hearts of creatures throughout the world. But this was not always so. Once part of the kingdom of Vittenland, that's to our northwest, Barrad was a rich province blessed with abundant minerals and fertile valleys for farmland. Things were peaceful until a wealthy and prominent pony named Ambrose took an interest in the art of dark magic, tempted by the quiet voices in his head. He slowly built up his power and influence until he was at last ready to make his move. One day, Barrad became wrapped in fog and storm, which you can see, which is cool. Impenetrable to sight and body, no pony knowing what transpired for weeks until the mists cleared. As Vittenland's authority had greatly diminished, the self-proclaimed Count Ambrose had free reign, ruling over the blasted earth, and those ponies unable to flee became trapped as his playthings and subjects of experiments. Thus began the rule of the mad Count of Barrad. Over time, Ambrose invited like-minded creatures to join him in the pursuit of knowledge without ethical strings attached. And so, ambitious creatures from across the world came to the court of Count Ambrosius, eager to pursue their aims free from any form of oversight. Eventually 4 figures rose above the rest, joining with Ambrosius himself to form the Pentarchy, the most potent source of misery for the subjects of Barrad and entertainment for its count. But something is whispering deep beneath the surface, directing some ponies to do its bidding and driving others to madness. Strange phenomenon and unnatural horrors are everyday sights in Barrad, and it seems the land has a mind of its own. Will the Pentarchy unravel the mystery, or will they be riven asunder by mistrust and treachery? One of the things that I always give credit to the Equestria at War team for is not only the stories, but I just love the vocabulary. It's so... they use such strong words, such descriptive words, like riven asunder. That's not something you read every day in a Hearts of Iron 4 mod, and it's one of the reasons why I love this one so much. Okay, so just explaining what's going on here in Eastern Griffonia, the mechanics. Go check out my intro video. The various hot fixes and whatnot. Okay. Let's take a look at our situation here. So we start with 2 political power, okay. 54% stability, 50% war support, about 30,000 pony power. We've got factories, 4 of them. 2 are military factories, 2 civilian factories. Bit of fuel, no navy. We don't really need one. We're not on the sea. We are ruled by the Pentarchy, which is its ideology is supremacy. Don't confuse it with fascism, y'all. 66% popularity. We got a couple of national spirit. Let's read this guy. Okay, he doesn't seem to have a bio. The benevolent ruler of Barrad. 2.5% additional recruitable population. Our military leader cost is plus 10,000%. Okay, so just for curiosity's sake, yeah, that's 2,020. Ha! Cost. So we're not buying any new commanders. We've got these 4. These must be the other members of the Pentarchy, I would imagine. Okay. So these 5 powerful figures, the Pentarchy, together are the undisputed masters of Barrad, although they occasionally squabble among themselves. Check the Pentarchy window, Control P for more information on each member. Really? Oh, look at that. Wow. Oh my gosh. You guys are the greatest. Guys, girls, whatever, developers. Y'all are amazing. Wow. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to read this all out right now. I'll probably just do whichever one whose path I go down, because I would imagine if there's so many different paths, they each have a path. And it looks like kind of everybody's represented here. I think like this is a pony. I think he's or I don't know what the heck he is. Yeah, I think he's a pony. Yeah, that's his hoof holding this scroll. Then we've got a zebra. I guess this is a griffin, but he kind of looks like a crow. I guess, yeah, maybe he's a griffin. A unicorn and a deer. What's this? Start of the journal. She has a journal. Oh my gosh, shut up, phone. Okay, sorry about that. She's got a journal, but it's blank right now. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, so anyway, what they do is they lower our daily political power gain, but we get more stability and war support. Research speed is minus 50%. There's an adventurer's threat. From time to time, brave ponies and griffins from nearby countries band together to try their luck in our lands, driven by various reasons: sense of duty, greed, or boredom. In the end, all they accomplish is ruining a few parties. This is also lowering political power gain every day and our stability. Okay, we have limited conscription, a closed economy, a civilian economy. We have a small science base, industrializing society. I've seen worse. The Count's right claw is our political advisor. We cannot replace him. He increases our political power gain and stability. Despite his prominence, the origin of Count Ambrose's most trusted advisor have always been shrouded in mystery. Rumor has it that Gasienka grew up in a griffin village located near the Barradian border before being abducted as a child by Ambrosius. He is then said to have been subjected to experiments which mutated him into an unstoppable killing machine. The griffin's monstrous stature and reputation for brutality quickly earned him his position as the Count's right claw, acting as the Ambrosius' bodyguard as well as commanding his soldiers. But as many who have underestimated Gasienka have learned, brutality does not equal stupidity. Stupidity. Gasienica has retained his intelligence and cleverness throughout his time in the Count's service, and as a well-liked and competent commander of troops. In fact, given the eccentricities of the Pentarchs, Gasienka is often referred to as the last sane creature in Barrad. Very interesting. So he's a commander of troops. Was he over here? No, he's not. Okay, he's probably like in the shadows, you know. Okay, it looks like all of our divisions are the same, fundamentally. Oh, you know what? Is he the field marshal? No, he's not. Okay. So we'll put in charge, well, Ascenti, okay, zebra, similar to earth ponies. They have magic abilities, but they mostly involve craft and the use of potions. Okay, operative, detection, operation. Okay, Leopold here is a griffin. Okay, so these are just the racial modifiers, except Silver Star has armchair general, max planning increased, chance to get wounded in combat is greatly decreased, recovery rate is up. I don't think we're going to war anytime soon, so I guess it doesn't really matter who's in charge. We have this one division here, though. We should get training. Okay, only 2 research slots. That sucks. Oh, yeah, we definitely need to get basic rifles. And, yeah, there's not going to be a lot else available to... Oh, what is this? This is a Barrad folder. Okay. So there's some interesting things here. Oh, you know what, guys? I'm so sorry. I'm not using the Steam Workshop version. I still have the demo one in. I'm so sorry to the developers about that. I really am. But I've already started up, so we're just gonna plow through. Okay. And the next one, I promise I'll put in the Steam Workshop version. Okay. So there's like a zebra thing, theoretical stuff, material warfare. This is all kind of interesting. I think we might go with seer knowledge for the research speed. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Got a free civilian factory. I guess you usually can't go wrong with just working on infrastructure in your capital. I'll think of something else later. A lot of decisions are available, goodness gracious. Let's take a look at the focus. Oh, small focus tree, but I think it expands later. In fact, I don't remember if it was Barrad or Casa, but somebody said they were in that one of them was in the top 5 largest focus trees, like period ever. So how about we? What do we want to do here? Well, let's read this. A kind letter, 2 days. Ambrosius has grown bored of staying cooped up in his manor. He wishes to bring the Pentarchy together for a grand hunt. What could be more exciting? Okay, simple enough. Alright, impending something. Sometimes the Count of Barrad needs a bit more fun. His periodical shenanigans can be a blessing or a curse for his subjects. Happening soon. So I'm guessing this is going to be something that happens constantly, every few months, every like 2.5 months. Okay. Now, Silver Star, the brother to Vittenland's Queen White Star. Silver Star. Okay, so that's her. This one. Silver Star has always despised being the sister's shadow. Desire for power and fear of death have pushed the powerful unicorn mage down the path of dark arts, feeding his paranoia. Current resources: 1,000 skulls. Relation with other Pentarchy members. He's got a decent one with Ascenti the zebra, Leopold the griffin, and a really good one with Vera. Vera's the deer. Okay. Wait a minute. What did that just say? Vera the seer. So it looks like you can pay for these things with the current resources, whatever. Which I'm guessing these are dead civilians or something. Oh my gosh, there's so much here. Alright. But it looks like, okay, for example, we could right now spend this 1,000 of the resource with Silver Star to get a research bonus for Grand Battle Plan, which will only be active for 30 days, so I guess you have to kind of time it. That's right when you're going to do it. Okay. Interesting. We can raise the dead, and it can give anywhere from 4,000 to 32,000 pony power. Steal from others, 10% of the resources. Okay, Leopold Schmeller. This is the griffin. Leopold was. Oh, wait a minute. It's freaking. Yeah, Silver Star's the unicorn. Okay. Gosh, there's a lot going on here. Maybe I should have live streamed this or something. No, that would have been dumb. I really wouldn't have been able to get through it all. But Leopold was a sickly but genius griffin whose desire to help was once noble. Rejecting normal medicine, the griffin became obsessed with the art of enchanting with magical crystals. Having practiced his medicines on himself, he went too far in the eyes of many griffins. However, Leopold sees his knowledge as the only way to safeguard Griffonia from its endless wars of destruction. He's got 500 resources. So I guess it just shows how they feel about the other ones, not counting, of course, the Count himself. Okay. Ascenti, a zebra shaman and former slave. Ascenti's powerful spirit allows him to interact with the plane of the divine and commune with otherworldly beings. He was exiled from Casa after his experiments on living creatures came to light. Summon more demons. Okay, Vera Letola is a deer born with abnormally strong magical powers. She wishes to understand the nature of magic and use it to create a new society for the deer where they can dominate the material world. We don't have much with her. And then we got some military actions down here. Okay. Well, it looks like Silver Star is the one who has the most options in a way here. Costs political power to do the stealing from the others. And then I guess you can improve your relations with them, so you don't necessarily have to go all in on one. You can kind of have like a partnership thing going. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Well, let's just find out what this lunch is going to do, because it's just going to take 2 days. And then maybe we'll kind of let events determine who it is that I want to work for. Hunting party. Matter of true importance. Finding silver. We'll give 4 commoners battalions. Gun production. Magical weapons. Okay, so I need to not research that. Huh. A centi. Okay. Well, this is about to happen. I'm just staying on the 1 speed now because it looks like things will happen fast. But oh, we can do raids. Yeah, it looks like Silver Star has a lot happening. Or no, there's more actually. Okay, so the Griffin will only do a raid on Griffiths. So I guess like they're in charge of different sections of the country or something. Alright, but here we go. At midnight, things are going to get started. Alright, a kind letter. Nothing actually seemed to have happened. Or no, we're going to get the event in a second. Okay, these are all like 24 days, so we can wait a little bit. Okay, waiting for it to pop up. It's going to take a day. Probably. Okay. Let's start. The invitation. Deep in his study on a stormy night, Count Ambrosius, Count Ambrosius paced in candlelight, dictating a letter to an enormous seated griffin. Dear friend, began Ambrosius, I extend to you an invitation to attend a great celebration. The most esteemed creatures of the land will be in attendance. Together we shall witness amazing wonders, the likes of which have never before been conceived. Just saying the words made Ambrosius hop in excitement. Come to my manor at once so that we may begin the festivities. Your friend, Count Ambrosius I. This griffin struggled to keep up with Ambrosius's words. Okay, so he talks a little faster than I'm doing. Struggled to keep up with Ambrosius's words, scribbling as fast as he could onto a piece of parchment. On this, this will be fun! So fun! Laughed Ambrosius. The griffin finished writing and looked up to Ambrosius. Who should receive the message? The Count stood still, not acknowledging the question at all. The Pentarchy? Pentarchy. Ambrosius stared off into nothingness, trailing off for a moment. Well, we simply must have Vera. Her extraordinary talents will help us greatly. Ambrosius tapped his chin. And Leopold, to deny our party a mind like his would simply not do at all. He shall be there. Silver Star on the other hoof. The Count's face twisted in disgust. Very rude guest. We could do without him. And, what was that old zebra's name again? The griffin unhooked a vial of liquid from around his neck and offered it to Ambrosius, who greedily took a swig. The Count blinked several times before glancing around the room. Thank you, it's Gasconica. I've been doing his. I need to come up with a voice for him. He sighed and sunk into a chair. Yes, send it to the Pentarchy. Okay, so this kind of reminds me of this funny comic that I once saw where it was talking about how... And that's just something that happens with books. There's nothing like evil or wrong about it. Oh gosh, evil's a strong word. But it was just about how, it can kind of take you a few sentences before you really start to understand what the author is saying in terms of like what the character looks like, sounds like, and stuff. I'm actually flicking through my phone right now trying to find the picture, but it was just basically something like Captain Strongson was the most decorated. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is a comic made by somebody called But a Jape, and it says, Captain Gast was a living legend, the most revered officer in the Galactic Empire. No soldier alive could claim as storied a career as the captain, and it's this old, withered, like an old grizzly veteran. The captain's youthful face belied a ruthless tactical mind. At the age of 28, Gast was the youngest officer in the history of the Imperial fleet to command a ship. So now the guy looks the same, except he's much younger now, because he's only 28. The central monitor of the bridge flashed. "Incoming message, General Eris." Brushing a red lock from her eyes, Captain Gast answered the call. So then the young man becomes a young woman with red hair. And then the officer speaks. "Moshi moshi, General Kun. Captain Gast desu." And the guy with the books is like, "What the fuck am I reading?" Alright, so enough fun. We'll have a grand old time. So I'll have to come up with like a robot voice. So what does he? Look for Silver Star. The paranoid mage was nowhere to be found. Okay. I don't know who I'm gonna go for yet, so I guess I should just gather the peasants. This is kind of generic. Or wait, a matter of true importance. Oh, yes. This will lead to political power. So, Her Magistrate Vera is known for her stubbornness and selfishness. However, she is also ambitious and driven. If she could be convinced to leave her tower and forget her ego, the Pentarchy could have much more fun. So this will increase the research bonus for studies. This is with the deer. I don't know if that's going to influence the deer coming in. But again, we're just not going to do any of these right now. Just waiting until we've got a little bit more information. Having said that, let's crank this speed up and yeah, really get going. We're gonna have some fun on the bun. At least we're getting a full political PowerPoint a day. You know what I just realized? Are we the only freaking country in Griffonia that doesn't have a bad literacy rate modifier? We very well might be. It was like all these little book things. That means there's literacy. How interesting. Excuse me. Wait, no, it looks like... oh, no, yeah, there's a literacy down here. A literacy down there. Yeah, we might be the only ones. Fascinating. Okay, and let's get the political power. So this says, after a second thought, after countless failed attempts to get her out of her tower, Vera made it clear that there was nothing in it for her. Ambrosius told her if she left her tower, she would be rewarded with access to some of his most ancient forbidden texts. After a brief moment of silence, Vera acceded. Okay. Restless Night. His Magistrate Silver Star is known for his overbearing paranoia. However, it seems to run deeper than expected, as even in sleep he is not able to escape it. The mage came running out of his room in a fit of madness, shouting at the top of his lungs about the horrors he'd seen. When the servants managed to pin him down, he proceeded to go on about being chased by terrifying monsters who sought to tear into him. He then talked about seeing his allies surrounding him and unsheathing daggers before stabbing him repeatedly, leaving him a withered husk in the woods. The servants tried to reassure him, but it was to no avail. Silver Star got up and went around the halls, ordering for extra security to be posted around his bedroom, and for the servants to be on alert for any possible assassins. He then locked himself in his bedroom and paced around, rambling about traitors and spies. Clearly, no one can be trusted. Silver Star will grow more distrustful. Okay, let's check something here. So Silver Star has 50, 40, and 60 relation. So if I do this, it now is 49, 39, 59. So it's pretty much nothing. Okay. We'll try to steal 10%. I'm going to wait until after the shenanigans happen, and then I'll start thinking about who I want in charge. But it looks like Silver Star has the most content right now. I don't know if that's because I'm still playing on the demoed version. Again, I'm sorry about that, developers. Okay. First, you always going to keep an eye on this civil war. Should be interesting to see the various paths everybody goes down. Alright, so we got a little bit more political power, though I sure don't know what I'm going to spend it on. I guess we could just go for... Oh, wait, not advisors killed. Okay, so maybe we don't want to spend this. It looks like there's some sort of path where everybody gets killed. Then we should probably just go for something that can't get negated. So maybe increasing our conscription, maybe going to partial mobilization. Yeah, probably we're just going to switch to partial mobilization. Because... What about, like, the factories? Okay, it looks like there's nothing that would change the factories. There's no tank designers. That's good. Oh, actually, yeah, the material designers. Oh, yeah, because that's, like, an advisor. It's not the factory itself. Let's just go to partial mobilization. Okay. Maybe we should just go for the hunting party already. Just start heading that way. Because that's what we're supposed to be gathering for. So, gather the peasants. It will give 4 commoners' battalions. Barrad's leadership has garnered a lot of attention. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be very positive. Dozens of aspiring adventurers enter our lands, seeking to destroy the illustrious Pentarchy. The time has come for us to deal with these wandering heroes. We shall conscript a levy of peasants from the villages of Barrad to counter these intruders, even if we have to drag them out of their homes. Okay, hold on a sec. This should be done. Alright, this is done. Let's move you over here. Great. I can't remember. You know what? Let's get one factory of support equipment going, just to kind of get it started. Alright, His Magistrate Silver Star is known for his overbearing paranoia. However, it seems to run deeper than expected, as even in sleep he is not able to escape it. The mage came running out of his room in a fit of madness, shouting at the top of his lungs about the horrors he'd seen. When the servants managed to pin him down, he proceeded to go on about being chased by terrifying monsters who sought to tear into him. He then talked about seeing his allies surrounding him and unsheathing... Wait, didn't we already do this? Clearly no one could be trusted. Okay, so it's just... he's still getting more paranoid. Over time. Okay. Okay. Summon demons. Active for 30 days. Does that mean it takes 30 days to get the effect? I just noticed, what is this thing up here? Oh, that's the shortcut, Control P, up here on the top. Let's take a look at Silver Star. He seems to be getting a lot of attention. So, fear and desire, these emotions have come to define the life of the unicorn known as Silver Star. Originally, he was nothing more than another arrogant scion of the Vittenland noble. Okay, wait, it's this. Turns out the idea was more lethal than Ambrosius intended, and people suffer for it. Very well, so we just lost 1,000 pony power. Okay, so just every 70 days, something crazy is going to happen. Or 69 days. Or is the day already gone by? Anyway, he was jealous of his sibling. Fate had other plans. He would learn why the Griffins were such a threat to the creatures of Riverlands. He would experience several raids by the Griffin Cossacks over the course of a few weeks and would nearly perish during them. Okay, so that was the Griffonian host. The raids affected him greatly. The culmination of these experiences were in recurring nightmares of his untimely death. This pushed Silver Star into studying powerful magic, as one theme was present in all of his dreams no matter who slew him: a lack of power, an inability to persist beyond the weakness of his flesh. He would become obsessed with his own mortality, and this led the unicorn down a very dark path, as no matter how much power and knowledge he acquired, the enemies in his nightmares persisted, unbeatable and impossible to endure as ever. After reaching one's potential in raw magical prowess, there remains only one way to become stronger: by breaking the greatest of taboos in most magical societies. Thus, in an attempt to triumph over all his perceived enemies, which Silver Star believed were circling him like vultures, the unicorn turned to dark magic. However, despite his increasing power, the safety that Silver Star desired seemed to be fleeting. His paranoia only worsened as usage of the dark arts transformed his body and mind, forcing him into hiding as it became obvious to any magical creature that the unicorn was being corrupted by the darkness. He was convinced that one day his nightmares would become reality and an armed guard would come to kill him, with Queen White Star, his corruption having become especially obvious to her at their lead. With these fears of demise and insatiable desire for power, it was no wonder that Silver Star was very willing to accept the invitation that was presented by Ambrosius. After all, even among the chaos of the Griffonian continent, few were as appreciative and accepting of the dark arts and their users' talents. Furthermore, perhaps due to some remnants of his pride, Silver Star believed that Ambrosius, an earth pony, nor any of his allies belonging to the other races were a danger to him, or at least Silver Star was unwilling to admit that. Now that Silver Star spends his time studying any and all knowledge of unicorn magic that could be found, all in an effort to become so powerful that nothing would be able to hurt him and death would never be able to take him. So that kind of sounds like it's a defensive path. I'm not sure. The Emperor's dead. Good riddance. And so it begins in the east. Man, who needs Zibrika, or whatever the third continent will be, when there's so much happening on Griffonia, huh? Alright, so we've got 4 peasant units. I guess we'll get them training or something. Gather nobles. Quotation marks. Scattered across Barrad are the estates of its wealthiest ponies. These nobles spend almost every day partying with the Count and performing dark magic. They control levies that can prove useful in solving our problem. Since all of these nobles are drunkards, they should go off without a cinch. Wingbardy Civil War. Okay. His Magistrate Silver Star is known for his, just more paranoia. It's getting, it just keeps happening. Okay, Silver Star 37, 37. So it's always two-way. Okay. Do I want to do any raids? How good are these? They're not great. Okay, we have armed our hunters with weapons and told them the plan. We have thrown a great pre-hunt feast into our allies. Now it is time to find all the game lurking in the woods. Gathering the nobles, the Count gathered the rest of the Pentarchy in his manor, expecting a party. They were surprised to hear the Count giving them an order to gather the other nobles of the realm. The four begrudgingly accepted and began to walk off when out of nowhere, Captain Gasienka offered to do the job himself. The Pentarchy was surprised, but when they relocated, they gladly gave him the job. Off to get this mess together, it'll delete the Noble Pony Group template, remove all units created from the template, creates a Bardian unit, Oleander becomes a general. Okay, so I'm guessing this Oleander is the person in charge. Must be one of the nobles. I like that portrait. Nice hair. Shampoo commercial, good. Don't want to do any intelligence agency stuff. Oh yeah, I don't have the factories for it anyway. Never mind. Okay, impending something in 30 days. So our right wing, what's he called? The right claw, is saying, like, oh yeah, I'll go talk with the nobles. Don't even worry about it, man. Interesting. What? Equestria War people, you haven't changed this picture yet? There goes my immersion. Equestria War dropped forever. Okay, wait. Another no one can be trusted thing. Alright, so we're going to stop it there. Episode's gone on long enough, so in the next episode, we're going to do this hunting party thing, and I don't know if that's going to start triggering stuff. You know, we're still early. It's only May, so we'll just see what happens. But please be sure to subscribe so you'll always know when the next episode is coming out. I'm Conquering History Games, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.